Ebi a wo business enyin a obetumi ama no maternity leave we pay. Na mom owo a obetumi ama na akofia akohwe de ba kakra. Owie a ese otumi san oba be ya adwuma no. Kese wakọ wunti meyi wadi. They say duties of an employee. Obi a we also ye worker we employee na. What shade ne de. You must work conscientiously in the lawfully chosen occupation. As I say onipa no hu say adwuma na meye no. Me ye ni ye nya say me ye ni biara be o friend last I say me ya say me ye. Wo ye say obetumi yi wadi. Go until obi ye wadwuma atwe na adwene koso say mbra wo ho wo ye last adwuma no wo be say adwuma nti say wo yi na di. Good. Report for work regularly and punctually. So this is the sessions 11 of the Labor Act. Section Labor Act. Okay. Report for work regularly and punctually. I said there be adwuma and punctually. I said obantem. Yeah, there be how do I late? There be how do I late? Adwuma no. And then embranso shall say enhance productivity as well. Yeah, adwuma ye ni no. As I said, adwuma no adwuma ni nyini. Nti there be adwuma na ye na enyin a. Say na ebia obeyi wadi. Nti embranso was enhance productivity. And then also exercise due care in the execution of assigned work. Nti adwuma na wodi amount ye ni ye. Enya so be ni biara be like me kan me say bia. Wona ese nsugu ba bia opepa, wan pepa. Obi akopira wo mu. Wa gba adwuma ne ka. Nti also exercise due care in the execution of your assigned work. Obey lawful instruction regarding organization and execution of his work. Nti ebia ne supervisor wa ma instruction. Ebia supervisor yi oye abrante ketekete ya finance we college aba. Also ebia ukuta MBA, se mo ni MBA. Me ba ha che. Nti kwa ne ho ye wahi. Adwuma no wo ketekete o ba ha da ben. Wo ye wo da ben. I get it. Na wo twetwe ho adwuma no wo nye. Embra ma was obey lawful instruction. Nti we hwe se hwan na re ma adwuma. Se wo so na ye supervisor. Adwuma oba se wo ye. And then take care of the person's property. Okay, pattern next slide. Implementing the laws, rules, and guidelines for maximum output. Good. Enti kwan ben so ne be fa rules ye de be ya adwuma na obi an so bete se na be ya ye nyina ye de be ya adwuma na akoso. Ebi a wofre bibi guidelines, rules, handbook. Ebi a wo sika bet my handbook. Who ni sika krampa ebi a wa laminate rules and regulations kakra bi. Nti workers ma won hu say ahambra we na de adwuma we say na ese oye no ukọ break at time say na ese wo ba se bibi ni na untumi mba adwuma ese say wo frɛ na opanyinte. So that is why you have to have you need to have in place lay down rules. Get the workers informed and say what? Don't surprise them. Who rules ni she wo kona. Asambans wakọ pulu di aba. Say unim say na ese anka wo na da bi. Mo nipa ne ya we. Man ya we. Implementing the laws and rules. Also handling discipline. As I say, what way I will handle discipline. Be ya didn't ya. As I say, only pani who say, we ya wa ha ya punish show. Ebi ya edwuma ma de na wakofa. As I who say it's not allowed. Nti ma only pani ya we. And then who related to Wilfred Douglas McGregor or your theory or friend theory X and Y. Douglas McGregor or your HR expert or your researcher. O se theory X na kire say adwumafo won pa adwuma ye. They are lazy. They don't want to accept responsibility. The only thing they are interested is the pay pack. Adwubisika na nti oba adwuma wa be last. So that is an assumption. That's the theory X that people don't want to work. They are only interested, they are lazy. They are only interested in the pay pack. And then the theory Y is saying that people are willing to work. They want to accept responsibility. Let's go back to theory X. You have to have strong supervision on such people. And then for theory X, they say only they believe it's any paper adwuma. Responsibility. In making your rules and regulations, you should have these two in mind so that there will be a balance. In Jane Sara, but if there should be rules to make sure that man or in. So that's why you have the Douglas McGregor theory X and Y. What he says. And then they must be aware of the do's and don'ts. And then there should be consistency in dealing with staff. There should be I won't say bibi. na wo kind of anima na say wo punish na be the same thing na it should be the same and say every it was say avoid favoritism we dey your manager adamfo or victimization we dey mempenasem nti no oye bibia me punish ne pa so we should avoid it. There should be consistency. There should be consistency. And then there should be predictable outcomes in handling disciplinary issues. Ebia ese wo offenses ebia say ye wo center say ye wo when CBA collective bargaining agreement ye wo yen CBA ya tro offenses we say we say ya ho punishment ni we anti offend the offenses and then the penalty that goes with it. Into my 1 year away, say bia we say how do we add you're out. Ana wo kuntokwa wa ha. Ana wo jeje onipa say be ya onipa. It's not allowed say we quarrel in the workplace in our CBA. Then when you quarrel or once you fight physically and then you're out, you'll be terminated. You are not supposed to because it's remember it should be a civic place. Obi na umpa. They are reporting. That's all reporting. These are things you let them know. You say had it. Because had me come on here. They be one fan bedroom. One fan bedroom. And then avoid arbitrary termination. 1, 2. And now say arbitrary termination or threats of termination. We are made ready. We are made ready. Kakra na wapam nipa. Sana. One we adwuma no. Oh no we adwuma na nso wafa ne ho adwene. Afa ne ho adwene. So you won't get the commitment that you are looking for. Onye lawyer onenam ho say onya foforo beko. Nti mo say adwuma no enkoso. So these are things you should avoid so that people will work for you. And then also allow the rules to work. Allow the rules to work so that at the end of the day, let the rules work so that the staff will clearly sack themselves. Maybe I sack myself. When say adi ense wo ye na watumi aya. Say anya me na mere pamo nti ma rules no enye adwuma na obi anso nye aware. Ensure to give hearing. Permit employees to give their side of the issues in case of any infraction. At time let a committee do the hearing. Ebi obi aye bibi. When tie ne sare wo be report pe, wo se me yi wadi. Wo ye ne sare na ko mpanfo anima. Wo be kase where you need unfairly. Where you need unfairly. Enti no ubon say ebe kwa ama no. Ebi o you need mu akote na fie be 2 years. So otam de call labor commission. Eto be even ebi dum kwa to me court. Be 4 years na or 3 years na asam be drag say wodi mana. We say 4 years na otifie ni na etua ne ka. Wa boka oni awanya adwuma ma so tetua ne ka. Enti these are things that mo hwe. And then besides you say what consider any unfair termination. Nti you be educated at least we year dia ma enter assume and as go within the law. Unfair termination, that is section 63D. Also, workers' employment is terminated unfairly if the only reason for terminating is the worker's gender, race, ethnicity, origin, religion, political or social status. Yeah, ebia also gender say oba na oberema. Me ya do how adwo kakra na wakonyem. Nti wanyem nti wayi nadi. Ebekun etia. Ebia Ghana ha kwa the political NDC MPP. Ebia wo na no ye NDC ni we mpenti no ho we hint bi kakra se meyi nadi. If he proves say oh me ye NDC ni tin we yi media ebekun etia wo. And ebia religion, ebia me ye Muslim. We ye a Christian nti eno nti no hada mpena asem nti kakra pa we yi nadi. We hu say otumi prove say oh me religion tin na we yi media ebekun etia wo. And then like I said for the women, but we see more women today here. So now, when you look at the work environment, we are having more women. Having more women who are having to combine working and raising children and keeping families. So it's a bit difficult, but they don't have to discriminate or work against them. So say, in the case of a woman worker due to pregnancy of the worker or the absence of the worker from work during maternity leave or sickness of her child, then I'm suggesting that you could even have unpaid maternity leave. Ebi obi no ye adwuma. Ebi a wo business enyin a obetumi ama maternity leave we pay. Na mom owo a obetumi ama na akofia akohwe de ba kakra. Owi a ese otumi san oba be ye adwuma no. Nkese wa akọ wunti meyi wadi. Matiase. Good. And then implementing the law, then what constitutes fair termination? Mark unfair termination. Time mention will be yadi in ya bet me in a di amra and kuntia because it is both ways. A worker no bank, employer and so bank. Also, the termination of the employment of a worker is fair if the grounds is that the worker is incompetent. Incompetent, lack qualification in relation to the work. If you are a driver, you are catch a driver. And so if you need driving license and you're fake. So the car man obey then, or they are copying. We no. There's a qualification also kita don't kita. There's what me in proving misconduct. So like I said, what measure unipa na o kontokwane the misconduct. What be ready? Edwuma wonye sa. Redundancy. Ebi edwuma no, I earlier said the employer can cease operation. Into so o cease operation and then who work and why redundant. Into a fair termination. So ntimi ne edwuma na ka say we jai. Into no we say contribute to productivity. Into employee twana adwene ko say ye na we are in the boat together. Edwuma ne ye ya ena ye na ye nya yen anu aduane. And then legal restriction. Ebi a mbra bibiasi. Ana wakwa bibi ma we nya amane aban enya amane a na ese no we yi ne ho aduane. Nti no mbra entintia. That the worker is temporarily ill or injured and is certified by a recognized medical officer. Obi a bia oyare kakra. Doctors oyare. Ye ho se aban mu no. Yetumi e ma onipa no fra bibi sick leave. Se doctor de ba so onipa na yare a. Yetumi man sick leave 1 whole year. Yetua ne ka full because oyare doctor de aba so oyare. After the 1 year, na se still no ho anto na. Woman half salary. Abenmu. What you say? After that, no. Let me say after for the next 1 year, you have salary. If you are boarding out, they say you man won't mean yet. But if you be also temporary ill, doctor can so yare kakra. In case you are into inedi. And say you ne hotona. And so to me from the back. What you say? It's a doctor say temporary illness. I say to me from the back. Now if you off on the back, if you are an more your first known to me, if you are bet my man lighter duties. Nema way in them and nipa or your mama order akomapa and until you get the commitment you are looking for. What are the remedies for unfair termination? You'll be ordered to reinstate or re-engage the person or pay compensation to the worker. I told you I'll tell you a case. It came in the papers. I picked the clip, it's somewhere I couldn't place it. There were 4 women who were working in the fire service. And then when they started work, they signed a bond that within the first 2 years, they will not get pregnant. Unfortunately, yes, I know I had the bob was within the first 2 years, so what man sign bond, meboa, into why then you want to now what sign bond here you were dear, as I make a court. What the quay? What the court and say you want to do unfairly. Case drag on for 4 years. Wodima, one equanimum. They should reinstate them and pay them for all the 4 years now, Mama Nakwatinefia, because it was unfair. It was again natural justice. How can you punish somebody because the person got pregnant? Though your rule says was born, but is the rule fair? Is it acceptable? So in making these rules, you should make sure your rules is in tandem with the Constitution, it's in tandem with the Labor Act and all that. What did I say? Yeah, let make sure say don't discriminate. Like I said, you don't have to discriminate against a woman on account of her pregnancy and stuff like that. Or don't winning against you.